कोण बोलते? कोण बोलते? नीट बघ पडेल ती कौस्तुभ. हो हो नीट बघ. And then काय? आली 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 अंकल आली. And then me. Good morning, Om. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. No, no. Is there something going on? Classes? Or you are free? Yes, Om.
No, ma'am. Python class थोड़ी extra time चला इसलिए student लेट होता.
पाइथन का चल रहा है क्या?
नहीं, अभी खत्म हुआ. इसके बाद स्टूडेंट ज्वाइन हो. थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा टाइम लिया था मैम ने.
ओके ओके चलेगा. Let maximum student come, we will start within 2 minutes. Shall we start now? Yes. What we did in last lecture? Yes. What we have covered in the last lecture? Anyone? Chalo, speak out. I told you every time when you are coming, just go through what we have done in earlier lecture. Please do the needful.
Ma'am, what are the qualities of a good water that is for drinkable?
Okay, so what were the good qualities?
Desalination.
It should be odorless. It should be
Yes.
colorless, smellless, and should be soft. No salt should be present.
Okay. Any others? 7 to 8 we have seen. The pH should be between 7 to 8. It should not have the turbidity more than 5 to 10 ppm. Yes, recall your memory. After that, what we have studied? So we will start today. These were the qualities. It should be odorless, pleasant in taste, perfectly cool. Turbidity should not be more than 10 ppm. It should not have H2S, SO2, etc. in it. It should be free from the poisonous impurities like lead, arsenic, chromium, and manganese. That is very much important. It should not have the pH more than 8. It should be soft. Here it is given 500, but it should be 150 to 200. Tolerable limit for drinking purpose. Make that correction. And it should be free from the disease-causing microorganisms. So these are the qualities we should have for the water sample. Now, next one is we have to do the purification for domestic purpose. I told you that one is one is you have to do the sedimentation and other is the coagulation. Screening first. Screening by which you can remove the floating impurities. You have to use the filter screens of the metal and you can remove the floating impurities. There are certain impurities which settle down by keeping the water undisturbed for a longer period, that is sedimentation. And third is coagulation. You have to use the coagulant. First example we have seen the alum. Formula is K2SO4. I told you to learn this. K2SO4, Al2SO4 thrice 24H2O. So that reacts with your salt which is present in the water, and it forms aluminum hydroxide. It forms the aluminum hydroxide flocculant. This is the coagulant which removes the charges on the so you have to use the alum. Formula is K2SO4 Al2SO4 thrice dot 24H2O. The role of alum is to remove the charges on the charged particles. For example, mud particles are negatively charged. So after the charges are removed, the what these charges will settle down on sedimentation. So this is a flocculant which causes the precipitation of colloidal impurities after the charges are removed here, and CO2 is a gas which escapes out. So we will see the filtration, any reaction after that, whatever precipitate you get, it is followed by filtration. You have to remove the precipitate form. Instead of alum, you can use also the sodium aluminate. Alum, the formula was K2SO4 Al2SO4 thrice dot 24H2O. Now sodium aluminate is NaAlO2. Sodium aluminate is NaAlO2. For small question, this formula is important. NaAlO2. You can use the sodium aluminate which act as also the coagulant for the precipitation of charged particle, but the condition is that the pH should not be above 8 or below 5.5. So if we have to use the sodium aluminate, then pH should be between 5.5 to 8. It should not be more than 8. So NaAl2, it reacts with water to give you aluminum hydroxide, AlOH thrice. So sodium aluminate, learn the reaction. NaAl2, earlier reaction I forgot to tell you. Just learn the reaction first. Al2SO4 thrice 1 1 2 3 6. 2 3s are 6. Remember last time I have told you 2 3s are 6. So 2 times flocculant is there, which is AlOH thrice, 3 CaSO4 and 6 CO2. 1 1 2 3 is 6. 1 1 2 3 is 6. So that is you have to carry out. Now sodium aluminate, it is between 5.5 to 8. It gives the flocculant, that is the LOH thrice, and the NOH which is formed here along with this, it will remove the charges, and this NOH which is formed, it will react with the salt present in it and causes especially the magnesium or calcium salt present, and it causes their precipitation, and sodium salt are retained in the water. As we have seen in the zeolite method also, sodium salt were retained in the water, and the drawback of the sodium water with the sodium salt is that the there is a such water cannot be used for steam generation in boiler because sodium content causes the caustic embrittlement. I have explained you the what is caustic embrittlement. So it is the brittlement of the boiler part, especially which are present at the bends, joints, etc. ब्रिटल म्हणजे ठिसूळ बनतात आणि थोडंसं जरी प्रेशर आलं तर ते ब्रेक होणार आणि बॉयलर आपल्याला रिप्लेस करायला लागणार. So that is why the water with the sodium salt is undesirable. Learn the reaction. It is NaAlO2 twice H2O giving you so 1 2 1 1 LOH thrice plus NaOH 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 NaAlO2 plus twice H2O giving you AlOH thrice plus NaOH. So that is there. It causes sedimentation. AlOH thrice is for the sedimentation, settling down of impurities when the water is kept undisturbed, and sodium salt will convert the calcium and magnesium impurity in the precipitate, and you along with that, since this sodium is there, it gives the corresponding. So if it is a CaCl2 present, then you here you will get CaOH twice, and here you will get twice NaCl. So always sodium salts are retained in the water, which is not good. It is not given in the present PPT. So that is necessary. So always it is followed by, whenever you get the precipitation, you have to follow it by the filtration. Filtration will remove the precipitate, and that is here for filtration purpose, you have to use the fine sand and coarse sand, means the sand particle when they are of bigger size, that are called as coarse sand, and when they are smaller size, it is called as fine sand. So it should have proper granular size. After the after the sedimentation and coagulation, next method is you have to remove the microorganism. They spread the diseases. The microorganisms are also called as disease spreading product or bacteria. So disease producing bacteria, they are called as microorganism. You have to kill them, otherwise they will spread various waterborne diseases, and therefore the process used is called as disinfection. The killing of microorganism is basically disease spreading bacteria, and you have to use the method which is called as disinfection. And when you remove the microorganism, the water is safe for drinking purpose, otherwise it causes the various diseases. Can you give the example of waterborne diseases? Yes. Can anyone give the example of waterborne diseases?
Diarrhea,
Diarrhea, yes. Diarrhea, loose
jaundice,
motion. Yes.
ja- jaundice,
Jaundice, yes. Jaundice is also there. So these mainly
Pneumonia.
these diseases are, this water also attract the pests, and also it causes the malaria. It is not related with our stomach, but the malaria, but it is due to the bite by this mosquito. So that is there indirectly or directly. The water with the microorganism causes several diseases, and that is why it is necessary to remove them. And mostly the method used is you have to boil the water sample, so or you have to treat it with certain chemicals, and if you use a certain chemical, that chemicals are called as disinfectants. So the chemicals or substances which are used for killing the bacteria or microorganism, is called they are called as disinfectant. Boiling is the normal method. Boiling you can carry out anytime, but you have to use the disinfectant also to remove the diseases from the water sample. To remove the diseases from the water sample. So microorganism not good for the health. That is why we need to remove. That process is called as disinfection, and chemicals used are called as the disinfectant. Now boiling, as I have said you, it is the common method by which it kills the microorganism. Another method, you have to use the bleaching powder. Remember the formula of bleaching powder, CaOCl2. What is the role of bleaching powder? It reacts with water and it forms CaOH twice and Cl2. And this Cl2 is responsible to kill the microorganism. This Cl2 reacts with your water to give you HCl and HOCl. HOCl is called as hypochlorous acid. It is the disinfectant. It is the disinfectant. So only first reaction we have written with the bleaching powder, it gives the chlorine Cl2. So just remember the reaction CaOCl2 plus H2O giving you CaOH twice plus Cl2. Cl2 we need to prepare the hypochlorous acid, which is called as disinfectant. So it will react, Cl2 will react with water to give you hypochlorous acid in the second reaction. So first reaction is CaOCl2 plus H2O giving you CaOH twice plus Cl2. Cl2 will react with H2O to give you HCl and HOCl. HOCl is a hypochlorous acid. You are likely to get this question in the objective type of question, MCQ type of question. So you should know what is the formula of it. You should know the formula of it. HOCl, hypochlorous acid. Hypochlorous acid, you should know the formula. Remember both the reaction. CaOCl2 plus H2O giving you CaOH twice. Sometimes in the moderate difficulty level question, you may be asked to fill in the blank for the reaction, and that is why reaction are also important. CaOCl2 plus H2O giving you CaOH twice plus Cl2. Cl2 reacts with your water to give you HCl plus HOCl. HOCl is used for killing the microorganism. Learn the reaction simultaneously. Try to recall these reactions one after another. CaOCl2 plus H2O giving you CaOH twice plus HCl, CaOH twice plus HCl, CaOH twice plus Cl2, Cl2 plus H2O giving you HCl plus HOCl, which is the micro disinfectant. Now, what are the effect of this bleaching powder? If it is there, it gives, as soon you can see, it gives more calcium salts in the water. And when the calcium salts are there, sodium salts are not good for steam generation in boiler. Like that, calcium salts are also not good for the drinking purpose because they causes the formation of kidney stone or bladder stone. So that is the one disadvantage of the bleaching powder. They lose the calcium salts which are not good for the health, and therefore you need to remove the calcium salts. You have to use the bleaching powder only when other ways and means are not available. So it is there. It is making more hard due to calcium. Now, bleaching powder during storage get decomposed, and it has very less chlorine power. Now, chlorine formation rate decreases as the time processes, so that it is said to be decomposed. So CaOCl2 decomposes and gives less amount of chlorine, and therefore, whenever you have to use the bleaching powder, you have to check the chlorine content of it. Otherwise, it will not carry out. It will not give the formation of HOCl, that is hypochlorous acid, which is our uh, disinfectant. जर ब्लिचिंग पावडर खूप वेळ स्टोअर केली तर हळूहळू ती डिकम्पोज होत जाते आणि त्याच्यातलं क्लोरीन कंटेंट कमी होतात. त्यामुळे प्रत्येक वेळेला जेव्हा आपण ब्लिचिंग पावडर वापरतो त्यावेळेला त्याचे क्लोरीन कंटेंट शोधणं महत्वाचं आहे. आणि जर तुम्ही इट शुड बी युज्ड इन द लिमिटेड अमाउंट, अ पिंच ऑफ द ब्लिचिंग पावडर, not maybe 1 spoon, 2 spoon, or 10 spoon, etc., because it gives the bad taste, which is not acceptable, and it also gives some smell to the water sample. So bleaching powder to be used, a pinch of bleaching powder per liter to be used, not on a large scale, otherwise it gives bad smell and bad taste to the water sample. Now all this topic particular, this lecture is only of by hearting things. Understand little bit whatever I'm explaining, and rest you just remember. Now next is you have to use directly chlorine as a germicide, or you have to use as a disinfectant. Chlorine you have to add it. So you know the reaction Cl2 plus H2O gives you HCl plus HOCl, hypochlorous acid, which will kill the microorganism. But what are the factors which have the effect on the chlorine? It is directly the death rate of the microorganism is very high at the beginning, but at the time goes, it decreases, and any time the rate of the microorganism died is equal to the rate of microorganism alive. So it is observed, even then it is observed that death rate is high at the beginning. Temperature, it is directly proportional. More higher the temperature of water, higher will be the uh, higher the rate of reaction. Death rate increases with increase in temperature. So if the temperature when you are treating the water with chlorine is high, then it will kill at a faster rate. And if the temperature is low, then it will kill the microorganism at a lower level. Then for chlorine use, for chlorine use, pH should be smaller, that is between 5 to 6.5. Usually it is said that it should be 7 to 8, but here it is still less is required, and therefore small contact period is required. So at this pH you get small contact period, means small contact period of chlorine with water. Small contact period of chlorine with water is required, and this is possible at pH 5 to 6.5, and that is why it is necessary to kill the more percentage of organism. So the factors affecting the rate of activity of chlorine: time of contact, initially it is fast, slowly it decomposes, and the rate of death of the microorganism is less, directly proportional to temperature. As the temperature increases, the rate of death of the microorganism increases, and it is inversely proportional to the pH of water, that is reasonably it should be between 5 to 6.5. So that is there. Now, what are the advantages of chlorine? It is effective and economical. It requires very little space for the storage. It is stable and does not deteriorate, decompose on keeping. So you can store the chlorine for a longer period. It can be used at a low as well as high temperature. High temperature rate is faster. It introduces no salt impurities. Here you do not get the calcium salts in the water, and it is the most ideal disinfectant. So all everything is general knowledge. You just learn this. I will check who had come. The bell has rang. So here it is effective and economical, no decomposition, deterioration is there. Uh, it can be used at low temperature as well as high temperature. At high temperature, death rate is higher. At low temperature, it will be lower. Then it can be used successfully at low pH between 5 to 6.5. That is the disadvantage of it. So remember the advantages of chlorine over the bleaching powder. What were the disadvantages of bleaching powder? Just recall your memory. 3 disadvantages we have seen. Chalo. Someone. Disadvantages काय
Bleaching
होतं?
powder produces calcium containing salt which causes kidney stone.
And bladder stone. Second disadvantage, it decomposes and its chloride content decreases with time. What was the third disadvantage? Yes, it should be used in very small amount if it is used. So for 1 liter, 1 pinch, small pinch is sufficient. Even if you will use 1 spoon, tablespoon, etc., then it will give the bad odor and taste to the water sample, which is objectionable. These are the 3 disadvantages. Now these are the advantages of chlorine. It is economical, the rates are low, it requires less space for storage, it doesn't deteriorate, decompose on keeping, it is useful for low temperature as well as high temperature, and it does not give any calcium, magnesium, salt in the water, and it is the most ideal disinfectant. So here, these are the disadvantages, like bleaching powder, chlorine also to be used in a very small amount. If you in the vacation now, last 2 years, maybe there is absolutely no scope for the swimming, going to the swimming tank, but in swimming tank always chlorine is added to kill the microorganism. But sometimes many people they get the irritation from this chlorine. Also there is a fall of hair due to the chlorine because it is not suitable to them. So for certain waters, the chlorine can be used, for certain water cannot be. Swimming purpose, what they are using the chlorine, it is highly undesirable because it gives the hair fall. It causes the hair fall, also irritation to the skin. And if this chlorine salt get absorbed on your skin due to swimming, etc., they leave certain permanent patches on your skin. So these disadvantages, they are not included, but they are need to be considered. These are in day-to-day life example. So for swimming tank, swimming water, chlorine cannot be used because it gives skin irritation. It leaves some patches on the skin when get absorbed on the skin, and also it causes the hair fall. सो जर क्लोरीन जर सॉल्ट केले तर तुम्हाला दिवसभर अंग खाजवायला लागतं. अँड दिस मे नॉट बी द केस फॉर एव्हरी वन. सेम रिॲक्शन सगळ्यांना येईल असं नाही, बट मेजॉरिटी पीपल गेट दिस रिॲक्शन विथ द क्लोरीन इफ ॲडेड टू द स्विमिंग वॉटर. Now, if it is added again, it gives this taste and unpleasant taste and odor like a bleaching powder. Yeah. Arya, what is your query?
Why don't we use iodine instead of chlorine?
Why didn't you use iodine?
Yes, ma'am.
Just check on Google. It's your question. That is why I'm telling you. We want the
Okay.
property of the substance which has a tendency to kill the microorganism. My friend,
Iodine also has tendency to kill microorganisms.
not to that extent. And iodine is bit little difficult and it leaves the color. It leaves the color. Iodine, if you use, you just add iodine to the normal water, see the color. So we want the water to be colorless. Basically, we have seen some qualities where water should be odorless, colorless, perfectly cool. pH should be between 7 to 8. Turbidity should not be more than 10 ppm. Hardness should not be more than 150 or 200 ppm. So if you add iodine, it gives color, and that colored water is objectionable for drinking and cooking purpose also. And that is why instead of chlorine, we cannot use the iodine. Is it clear, beta? Arya?
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so as I have told you, it produces the irritation to mucous membrane. आपल्या बॉडीचा जो साल आहे वरची त्याला म्युकस मेम्ब्रेन म्हणतात, त्याला इरिटेशन खास सुटते आपल्याला. The quantity of free chlorine in the treated water should not be 0.1 to 0.2 ppm. 0.1 to 0.2 ppm means 0.1 milligram per liter. See how little it is amount. So it should not be more than 0.1 milligram or 0.2 milligram, not even a pinch. So it should be 0.1 to 0.2 ppm, should not be more than that. And it is more effective at a pH 6.5, 5 to 6.5 than higher pH. So if it is a neutral water or alkaline water, it does not work. So these are the disadvantages. First, we will recall our advantages. It is the economical, it does not deteriorate. Yes, what are the advantages of chlorine? It is economical, most ideal, doesn't deteriorate. Yes, what are the other advantages of chlorine? It does not leave any salt in the water, so it does not cause any kidney stone or bladder stone like bleaching powder. चला बोला बाळांनो, काय advantages
Little
पटापट.
space for storage.
It can be used at low temperature as well as high temperature, but use at high temperature is recommended because the death rate of the microorganism is higher. pH you can use preferably, that may be added as a disadvantage, between 5 to 6.5, not below 5 pH and not above 6.5. That is the disadvantages. So disadvantages are there. It should be not more than 0.1 or 0.2 milligram per liter chlorine to be added. Otherwise, it gives bad taste and odor. That is not acceptable. Then it causes irritation, hair fall. If it is used for the swimming water, hair fall, irritation is there. It keeps permanent patches on our skin, which remains there on our skin for maybe couple of days. आपल्या असे स्किन पांढरी पडते. कोणीतरी म्हणतं की स्विमिंगला गेलं की गोरं झालं का? तर गोरं होत नाही, आपली स्किन पांढरी पडते. तर ते पॅचेस थोडे दिवस आपल्या शरीरावर राहतात, ज्याच्यामुळे आपण गोरं दिसायला लागतो. बट ऍक्च्युअली इट इज अन इम्प्युरिटी ऑन अवर स्किन, नॉट okay. Now the then next after that we have to use the chloramine. First we have seen 1 minute. First we have seen the bleaching powder. Second we have seen chlorine. Third we will see chloramine. Chloramine, you have to treat the chlorine with ammonia, you will get chloramine. The role of chloramine again is to produce the HOCl, which is the disinfectant. What should be the ratio? It is 2:1. Chlorine 2 part and ammonia is 1 part. So 2:1 you have to mix, you get the chloramine. Chloramine you react with water, it gives HOCl and NH3 is recovered during the reaction. Remember the reaction. Chalo, 1 1 1 1. First all 1 1. Second also all 1 1. Cl2 plus NH3 giving you Cl NH2 plus HCl. With me, try to recall it. Later on when you will be back to your place, as it is you are back to your place, when you are at home, just go through all the reactions without fail. Read all the reaction without fail, because these reactions require no explanation, only you need to by heart them, because this reaction may be asked as a moderate level difficulty question in the MCQ format. Fill in the blank. So maybe out of the 2 reactant, 1 will be given and the other you have to write down. On product side, out of the 2, 1 will be given, 1 you have to write it down. Sometime for your confusion, even if there is only 1 product, they will give the second product as dash dash dash. There you have to write that no product. Have you got it? So anytime, so you read the reaction as they are given, and then prepare for the examination. As soon as you will go back, immediately you learn these reactions. Mostly the reactions are there in this topic and the next topic, chemistry of the spectroscopy. We do not have the reaction. We will have the reaction. Okay. Anyone is having any query? So Cl2 1 1 1 1, Cl2 plus NH3 giving you, yes, Cl NH2 plus HCl, Cl NH2 plus H2O, giving you HOCl plus NH3. So ammonia is recovered. So read the reaction. Can you recall your memory for bleaching powder? Just 1 minute. Both the reaction. What is the formula for bleaching powder? Yes. Chalo, don't sleep. What is the formula for bleaching powder? Chala, be active, everyone. No one?
Ma'am, Na2CO3.
नाही, ब्लिचिंग पावडरला काय फॉर्म्युला आहे?
CaOCl2
COCl2
प्लस CaOCl2 प्लस व्हॉट?
H2O. H2O.
हा, काय मिळतो मग?
CaOH2. CaOH twice.
प्लस
Cl2.
that Cl2 will react with H2O to give you HOCl plus HCl. Just remember this reaction also with the chloramine. And with chlorine, it was a straightforward reaction, Cl2 plus H2O, giving you HOCl plus HCl. That HOCl kills the microorganism. And this is the reaction with chloramine, ClNH2. Have you learned the reaction? Yes. Have you learned the reaction? Yes.
Yes.
Chalo, please do it simultaneously. Now next we have to use it. After that, ozone. You know that ozone, how much it is present in the air? Do you know by percentage ozone how much it's present? Ozone किती असतो हवेमध्ये? Okay, give me the answer next time. So if you have a dry oxygen, that is there, free oxygen is there. You just pass the electric current through it. It decomposes. So 3O2 gives 2O3. It is a very simple reaction. O3 is ozone, O2 is oxygen. So you pass the electric current, then the oxygen get converted to ozone. 3O2 giving you twice O3. 3O2 giving you twice O3. 3O2 is giving you twice O3. And this ozone react with your normal oxygen and gives you nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen, it acts as a disinfectant. Nascent oxygen, it kills the microorganism present. So remember the reaction, 3O2 gives you twice O3 when electric current is passed through it, and O3 plus O2 you get the nascent oxygen. So that nascent oxygen, it acts as a, now the disadvantage is ozone is very costly, and therefore you cannot use this for municipal water treatment, because you know that huge amount need to be treated by municipal water method. So that much we need the ozone, which is very expensive, and therefore it is not used. That is only the disadvantage. So ozone never to be used for municipal water treatment because it is very costly. Now by ozone, it is costlier than chlorine. So it is costlier than chlorine, chloramine, as well as bleaching powder. But the it is more effective. It is more effective. It just not it does not remove just the color, odor, but it also removes the taste. It removes color, odor, taste without giving any precipitate. Without giving any precipitate. So color, odor, taste, everything can be removed by using this. Again, if you use little bit extra, in case of chlorine and chloramine and even bleaching powder, it was harmful, but the ozone is not harmful. It does not harmful because it gives oxygen, and more the oxygen, more killing power will be there, and more disinfection will be there. So advantages is that in addition to the odor and taste, it also removes the color impurities if at all there. It is not harmful even if it is added extra to the water, and because it decomposes to oxygen, nascent oxygen, and more oxygen will carry out the disinfection of more water sample, or death rate will be higher. So only cost is the main issue, which is the disadvantage for ozone. So we have seen the four methods: by using bleaching powder, by using chlorine, by using chloramine, and by using ozone. Tell me the reaction of ozone within 1 second. Chalo, ozone reaction. Ozone reaction.
3O2 gives 2O3.
CO2 gives 2O3.
हाँ, कितना O2 लेना
CO2
है?
gives 2O2.
CO2 नहीं, CO2 नहीं.
3O2.
3O2.
हाँ, 3O2 giving you twice O3. हाँ, by passing electric
Yes, sir.
current. And next reaction, O3 plus O2 gives
O3
you
gives
nascent.
O2 plus nascent oxygen.
Yeah, so that is there. And what is only the disadvantage of this ozone? What is
It is
only
expensive.
expensive, but what are the advantages over other methods? What are the advantages over other methods? Chalo. It removes color, odor, and taste. That is first advantage. It is not harmful even if you add it in excess, because it decomposes and releases oxygen in the water. And oxygen is a good disinfectant. It will kill more and more microorganisms which are present in the water. These are the two advantages. These are the two advantages. Anything anyone will tell me what is reverse osmosis? Then we'll go to the chalo, what is it? Then these are the reference books which you are supposed to refer. These are the textbook which are available in the our library, but you may not have the access because for staff member also it is work from home. So almost the college is closed, and therefore just find out online if these books are available and refer to them. and the reference books are also there. Are you through with this? Everyone, have you understood? Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will go to the unit 2. The notes are made by AP Kulkarni ma'am. She is also one of the senior staff member, having worked with VIIT for last maybe 2003 onward. So almost for 18 years she is there in VIIT. And my experience is about the even HOD's experience. It is 31 years. I am there in I was there in VIT for 29 years from 1991 till 2019. Almost few months were left for 1 month was left for completing the 30 years. And after that 2.5 years, I am working in VIIT. So here unit 2, we have the unit 2, we have to study the chemistry of Portland cement. The different topic we have to study chemistry of engineering material. In that first, in the beginning, we are going to study the Portland cement. Then you have to study polymer, their application in various fields. Third, you have to study the nanomaterials with their application. And fourth topic, you have to study the modern batteries. So this particular unit involves the 4 subtopics. First is the chemistry of Portland cement. Second is the polymers in different industry. Third is the nanomaterial introduction and application. And fourth are the modern batteries. So that way it is a lengthy topic. We have to study it and everything, very less for the explanation. Most of the things are there for understanding or by hearting, mucking up. You have to by heart everything. So Portland cement, in that you are going to study what is the chemical composition of Portland cement, what is the process of setting and hardening of cement, and ISI specification of Portland cement. Then in polymer, you have to study the specialty polymer such as conducting polymer, liquid crystal polymer, electroluminescent polymer, fiber reinforced polymer. Then you have to study the application of polymers in various industries and how to recycle polymer. Then the third topic is nanomaterial, introduction to nanotechnology. What do you mean by nanomaterials, nanotechnology, etc. Types of nanomaterials you have to study. Then you have to study the nanomaterials and their application. And fourth unit is modern batteries. Modern batteries which are used in the electric vehicle or otherwise in the mobile, laptop, etc. That you have to study construction working. So that is there. To begin with, we will start with the Portland cement. So 4 different units are there. Portland cement, polymer, third unit is nanotechnology, and fourth unit is the modern batteries. I'll repeat: Portland cement, polymer, then nanotechnology, nanoparticles, and modern batteries. So these 4 topics we have to study. Now what we have to study under the Portland cement? Nowadays we are using in the construction the Portland cement. The Portland cement, it appears to be hard rock like Portland. That hard rock in the America, it is called as Portland. And since it resembles like a hard rock, the name is given Portland cement. It is also called as the magic mixture. Magic mixture means when it is added, water is added to it, you can use it for the construction work. And therefore it is also called as the hydrating cement, hydrating mixture. So here Portland cement has a different name. We will see what is the chemical composition. 4 main components are CaO, Al2O3, SiO2 are there. In addition to that, CaSO4, etc. So main components are CaO, Al2 O3, SiO2. These are the main component. Calcareous and argillaceous. Argillaceous means aluminum component. Silicaceous means silicate components, and calcium means mainly it is calcareous. That is mainly it is CaO, calcium oxide. So calcium oxide is there, mainly Al2O3 is there, SiO2 is there. In addition to that, various components of calcium are there. So we will see what are those components are there. So first part we are going to study the composition of Portland cement. Second part, in the Portland cement we will study setting and hardening mechanism of cement. And third, we will see what are the ISI specification of the cement. So cement is a it is a material used for adhesive and cohesive property. Write down somewhere. Adhesive means all different material get added to each other. They will get mixed with each other. They get binded with each other. That is a adhesive property. Different material, the different constituents of the cement get mixed with water. That is a adhesive property. And when one water molecule get binded with another water molecule, that is called as cohesive property. So cohesive property of water is the binding of water molecule with each other, and adhesive property is the property of the water to get binded with various constituents of cement. What are these are there? You have seen that the stones are there in the construction work, bricks are there, and binding blocks are there. So stones, bricks, binding blocks, these are the material. You have to keep them together with the help of water by the property called as adhesion, and water keep itself binded with each other. Molecule are kept with each other. That is a cohesive property. जेव्हा पाणी स्वतःच्या मॉलिक्युलला जवळ ठेवेल, बाइंड करेल, त्याला कोहेसिव्ह प्रॉपर्टी म्हणतात. आणि जेव्हा डिफरंट कन्स्टिट्युएंटला जवळ करेल, बाइंड करेल, त्याला म्हणायचं adhesive property. So there is a difference. So a material possessing adhesive and cohesive properties and capable of bonding material like stone, bricks, building block, etc. is a cement. Actually, adhesive and cohesive, these are the properties of water. So with the help of water, cement keeps all the material together, and that particular mixture is called as cement. What are the constituents? CaO, Al2O3, calcareous, argillaceous, and silicaceous are silicate components. So mainly three are there: Al2O3, CaO, and SiO2. These are there. In addition to that is total composition. In addition to that, several calcium salts are there that we will see. Now, so as I have told you, it has a three types of material. Calcareous means CaO, argillaceous means Al2O3, and silicaceous means SiO2. These mainly are there, and these three compounds are responsible for setting and hardening. जर तुम्ही माती जर मारली कन्स्ट्रक्शन वर्कला, तर ती माती फार काळ टिकून राहत नाही, कारण त्याच्यात बाइंडिंग एजंट नसतात. याच्यामध्ये हे पिक्युलर तीन कन्स्टिट्युएंट आहे, CaO, Al2O3 आणि SiO2. त्यामुळे त्याला ती बाइंडिंग प्रॉपर्टी आली. अजून त्याच्याकरता आपण काय ऍड करतो ते मेकॅनिझम मध्ये करू. अँड सिमेंट कॅनॉट बी युज्ड इन द पावडर फॉर्म डिरेक्टली. It is to be mixed with water, therefore it is also called as hydraulic cement. It is a magic powder. It is also called as hydraulic cement because you cannot use cement directly in the form of powder. You cannot use it in the form of powder. Therefore, it is called as hydraulic cement. There are four types of cement. If you will see, natural, pozzolana, slag, and Portland. The classification of cement, four types are there. Natural, pozzolana. See the spelling of pozzolana. Pozzolana, P-O-Z-Z-O it is. P-O-Z-Z-O-L-A-N-A, slag cement, and Portland cement. Remember the name: natural cement, pozzolana cement, and slag cement. So slag cement and Portland cement. So these are the four types of cement we have. So as I have told you, it is a magic powder. By calcining at 1500, an intimate mixture of the clay and lime, that is calcareous, argillaceous, and silicaceous material is observed, and then to that gypsum is added, and that mixture is called as the Portland cement. Clay, lime, हे त्याचे मेन कन्स्टिट्युएंट आहे, क्ले, लाईम ऑर इन अदर वर्ड CaO, Al2O3, SiO2. तर त्याच्यामध्ये ते मिक्स करायचे की तुम्हाला पोर्टलँड सिमेंट मिळतं. इट इज अ मॅजिक पावडर. Magic in the sense, what is calcining? Somewhere you write it down. Calcining is the purification. Calcining is the purification. It removes the volatile matter. So all this material, when heated to high temperature of 1500 degrees Celsius, all the volatile matter get escaped, and that is why that process is called as calcining. Many a times confusion is there. CaO is there, so it is calcining. It is not that. Calcining is a purification method which removes the volatile matter from the raw material which is used in the Portland cement. Portland cement, either the raw material is CaO, Al2O3, SiO2, etc., or you can say in other word it is clay, lime, etc. So if you heat it at high temperature of 1500, all the volatile matter get removed, and after that little gypsum is added. What is the role of gypsum? I will explain it in the setting and hardening process. So Portland cement is the common type of cement. It is used in the concrete, mortar and concrete, cement concrete it is used. This Portland cement, application of this mortar it is used. खलबत्ता त्याच्यामध्ये सिमेंट वापरतात. And what is grout? GROUT. What is grout? Anyone knows? Yes, anyone knows what is grout? आज मी थोडं फास्ट जातीये का? Am I going little fast? चलो, be frank. Yes, frankly सांगा, मी फास्ट जाते का आज? ग्रोथ म्हणजे तुम्ही तुमच्याकडे स्पार्टेकच्या टाइल्स असतील हॉलमध्ये, घरामध्ये, तर त्याच्यामध्ये जे फिलिंग लावतात, फिलिंग मटेरियल, फिलर, त्याला ग्रोथ म्हणतात. ग्रोथमुळे दोन शेजारच्या स्पार्टेक टाइल्स, 2 or more स्पार्टेक टाइल्स आर मेंटेन टुगेदर. सो इट इज like a binding material. Grout, that particular material which is used between the 2 or more spartic tiles. आज एल डिव्हिजन एवढी का शांत आहे? कळत नाहीये का बाळांनो? यस, चला काहीतरी बोला. चला बोला बाळा. तर मग काय, व्हॉट इज ग्रोथ? इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज क्राउट ऑल्सो. व्हॉट इज इट? क्राउट. व्हॉट इज
चुन्यासारखं असतं मॅम ते.
हा, फिलर सारखं. स्पार्टेक टाइल्स ज्यांच्या घरात असेल त्याच्या मध्ये 2 स्पार्टेक टाइल्सच्या मध्ये जे फिलिंग मटेरियल आहे त्याला क्राउट म्हणतात. त्याच्यामध्ये सिमेंट असतं. बरं, व्हॉट इज कॅल्सिनेशन? चलो, रिमेंबर ऑल द टर्म्स. What is calcination?
It is a purification.
It is heating at high temperature which removes the volatile matter. Volatile matter म्हणजे various gases etc. which removes the volatile matter, so it is called as purification. Volatile matter, clay, lime वगैरे ह्याच्यामध्ये जे काय आलं असेल ते सगळं रिमूव्ह करतं. Calcination is the modification or it is the purification of method carried out at high temperature. So you have to mix the content and you have to heat it at high temperature which removes the volatile matter, and that is called as calcination. So remember the 2 terms for Portland cement: magic powder or hydraulic cement, where it is used in cement, concrete, mortar and grout. Now why it is given? It looks like this rock which is called as Portland rock in USA. So in USA and England also. So when you mix the Portland cement with the water, you get this type of stone like mass which is called as Portland rock in the England, and therefore you call it as a Portland cement. Now what are the raw material? We will see next time. Give the attendance. I will take the manual attendance also. So even after the lecture is over, please, even after the attendance is given, please do not leave the class. Today it was 7th lecture. So I will share the link for 7th lecture. Manually in the beginning, those who have joined early, I have taken their attendance. Only those whose attendance I have not taken noted it down in the beginning. I will call those number. Others are already there. Don't tell me that we are there. Earlier, whatever I have noted it down is there. Android ब्ल्यू ड्राइड कोण आहे? AB हा कोण आहे आता? Yes. कोण आहे हा स्टुडंट? अँड्रॉइड ब्ल्यू ड्रॉइड. नाव लिहा बायानो, तुम्हाला नाव दिलेत ना बाबांनी, आई बाबांनी. हा ए हसायचं काय झालं त्याच्यात? न्यूसन्स नकोय मला. काय नाव? अँड्रॉइड ब्ल्यू ड्रॉइड. काय नाव त्याचं? रोल नंबर 3 is absent. 1, 2 is present. 3 absent. 4 is present. 5 is present. 6 is present. Then after 6 immediately 10 is present. Middle numbers are absent. 11 is present. 12 is present. If middle number are there, please let me know. 13 is present. 14 is present. After that 16 is present. 15 is absent. 16 is present. हाँ बोलो.
Ma'am, 15 is present.
हाँ
15 is present.
yourself Android blue droid.
No, L1215.
1215. It is not seen here, but are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll check it later. Okay, 15 is present. Who is Android blue droid? Huh? Tell me. 16 is present. Then 17 is present. 18 is absent. 19 is present. 20, 21, 22 present. 20, 21, 22 present. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 present. Then 27 present. 28, 29, 30, 31, up to 31 everyone present. 32 absent.
32 present, ma'am.
You are there? Okay, 32.
Yes, ma'am.
Serially it is not seen. Okay, 33 is present. 34 is present. 35 is present. 34, 35 is present. 36, 37 present. 36, 37 present. 38, 39 present. 38, 39 present. 40, 41 present. 40, 41 present. 42 present. 43 absent. 43, are you there? 43, are you there? 43, are you there? 43 is absent. So 44 is present. 45 is absent. Are you there? 45. 46 is present. 47 is present. 48 is absent. Are you there? 48. 48, are you there? Absent. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, up to 54, everyone present. Then 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 60, up to 66, everyone present. 67, 68, up to 68, everyone present. Then 69, 70, 3 is present. 71 is absent. Is 71 absent? So absent number are 7, 8, 9, 18, 43, 48, and 71. Yes. Who is that Android blue droid? Who is there? Honestly, tell me. Who is he?
Ma'am, it was me.
What is the roll number you are?
1215.
1215. Don't do this mischievous letter. Next time.
No, ma'am, I had joined by other device, so I don't know that name was showing like that.
Okay, let it be. But Please bear with me. Don't do it again. Anyone? So we congratulate the CR. Who is the CR? Yes. Raise your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your
Ma'am,
roll
I'm also
number?
remember.
What is your roll number, beta?
1225.
Huh?
1225.
1225. So L2 group went to 1225. What is your name? I have to search it down. 25 is not seen here. Just put on your mic. 1225. Amol.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Amol. Okay. And who are the BR? L1, L2, L3. L1 who is the BR? Yeah. L2.
Roll number 29, ma'am.
Manasi. Okay. Congratulations. Okay. L3.
Ma'am, roll number 65.
Rahul Singh. Okay. So congratulations, CR and BR. Please work honestly. Okay. So make me share one lecture at least extra this week or next week. 45 also is absent. I forgot to take the number of 45. 45, are you there? So 7, 8, 9, 18, 43, 45, 48, and 71. These are absent number. Don't bunk the now. Have you given the attendance? Have you given the attendance? Yes. Have you
Yes,
everyone given the? Yeah.
Yes,
You
ma'am. Yes.
class now. Have a good day. Stay home. Stay safe. Please pay attention. All this is mucked up things to be mucked up. Understand whatever the definition in between I am giving, then only you will understand the topic. Please understand. Pay attention. Shall I end the meeting? Sanket, Anushka.
Yes, ma'am.
Done, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.